Serena Winters, Valley Sports. Hey, you guys are allowing 10 fewer points per game this season in comparison to last season. I mean, that's a huge number. When you sat down at the beginning of the season and were looking at your goals and what you wanted to accomplish, was that type of number like even on your radar, or has that even exceeded the expectation?
We obviously wanted to be better defensively. I think what changed for us and how good we thought we could be was obviously signing Jarrett back. When we drafted Evan, we knew that we had the forces within our interior to be an elite defensive team. We thought those two guys, are two of the best rim protectors in the league, two of the best paint protectors in the league. I don't know if we knew we'd be at this point so soon, but we felt like we had a chance to be really good. We knew we had good individual defenders and guys like Isaac and Lamar and those guys who could clamp down perimeter players. So we thought we had a chance. But again, I'm pretty impressed with these guys, how quickly they got to it.
And then completely different topic, but was talking to Kevin Love last night about home court advantage in the playoffs. I know it's still early. I know that it's a long season, but obviously he's had a lot of, playoff experience and understanding what home court means. Do you think about that yet? Is that something where, look, you guys are now 9-2 in your last 11 home games. Does that matter?
I mean, you want to play well in front of your fans, and that's important. You want to have an environment where opponents come in and they struggle with noise or the energy that's in the building. And that's what our focus is. The playoffs and that, we'll get to that later on. But right now, it's about our connectedness to our fan base and playing well in front of our fans.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Kelsey Russo, The Athletic. KJB, how are you?
I'm good, Kelsey. How are you?
I'm good. Was Jared able to practice today, or is he still out?
No, he was not here today.
Okay. And then I was kind of curious. So you guys are, 10 games above 500, which is like the first time since the 2018 season. When you, before the season started, did you have a win, a record in mind, or where you wanted to be throughout certain points of the season? And where you guys are at now, did you think this is where you guys would be at this point in the season?
To be honest, we didn't come into the game with any results-based goals or expectations. We came into the season with the idea that we needed to build and continue to build a foundation. We needed to continue to build a style of play and a team identity. We're fortunate that through that identity, the team came together and, we've been able to, amass the victories that we have. But, for us, it's still about the process. It's still about, each possession, each practice, and those things.
And then Kevin said last night, I asked him about just kind of having multiple guys contribute last night, and that kind of being how you guys have built a lot of success this season. And he said that you guys are one of the ultimate share the wealth teams. When you see guys do so, consistently, and that's building who you guys are, how does that, I guess, how do you feel about that, seeing the guys take what you want and it being executed that way?
Well, I mean, that's the essence of team. That's why you play team sports, is to enjoy successes with others and enjoy other people's successes. Our guys are personifying that on a nightly basis because they genuinely do. They share the game. They're always picking each other up. We don't have one guy who's, more worried about himself than he is the team. And we're extremely fortunate to have that be the case.
And then one more for me on Rondo, obviously, one game back last night, but him being around on the road trip when he was out and just being a chance to kind of acclimate himself, even just being there, how helpful is that, even for a guy who is a veteran, who's been around the league, but just to get to know you guys better?
Well, I mean, that's the chemistry, right? And that's the difficult piece of normally in-season trades and those types of things, is getting guys acclimated to who we are and what we do. His intelligence, his personality makes it easier. His willingness and want to win makes it easier because, he just wants to do whatever it takes to help us win because he's so competitive. And then, throw his intelligence and IQ on top of it, and he makes the game easier for everybody.
Thank you.
Chris Fedor.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. What's up, JB?
What's up, Chris?
Hey, I know you have always talked about the importance of keeping guys who aren't around the team physically engaged. When it comes to Colin and Ricky, what kinds of things have you done as a coach to keep them connected with the group?
I mean, the most important thing is just maintaining the communication. When guys are away and, now times are different, with COVID and all those things. So when guys are away, you don't want to put them, on commercial airplanes and, all these different things come into play. So, it's important that we just make sure that we're connected to them. We had Colin Zoom in to some of our film sessions and, even some of our just when we bring it into the huddle before practice. It's a lonely feeling being that isolated. And we've just got to try to do our best to make sure we stay in communication. And then our teammates do the same. We made it a priority that our guys continue to reach out and continue to build those relationships with guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Last question from Christoph.
Hello, Coach. Christoph, this is Danny Grace. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Coach, last night's game and the way that you closed the game out, what kind of progress or what kind of growth represents about your team?
It's our ability to win games in different ways. Again, we struggled from the free throw line. We struggled to take care of the basketball, but we held it down with our defense. For us to show the ability to win in different ways, that's what it's going to take in order to be a good team. Some nights your offense isn't going to click, so how do you continue to overcome? Some nights, the other team is going to be scoring, and then you've got to figure out a way to manufacture points. So the ability for us to win games in different ways is definitely growth.
And speaking about Kevin Love's leadership in the team, especially in the locker room, what it means to have a player like him in the team as a leader?
It's priceless. When you have a guy who has that much experience, and still can contribute to the game. I think that's key also. It's, to be able to say something, but then to go out and do it and help is another thing. So, we're fortunate to have him. And again, his sacrifice to help this team be better. You can't put that in an analytic or a stat.